Warning. The following video is intended for viewers 13 years and older. Viewer discretion is advised. You're here. You're ready. Welcome to my world.
Welcome back, YouTube. It's I'm Ghost of Sparta, and I'm here with another fantastic video for you guys of my deck profile, the Dark Magician. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh deck that I play. I go to locals, I go to regionals, and I try my best with this deck. I really like it. It's fun. I just started making this one because of this whole quarantine issue. I got some inspiration from a couple of YouTubers that I've watched, make deck profiles. That's including Team Samurai, that's including Dark Paladin 19, and a few others that I've seen, and I'll list them below so you guys can take a look at them and get some ideas from them as well. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is I'm Ghost of Sparta, and I do videos for collectibles. I collect action figures. I go to stores where you can buy your collectibles, and I'm starting to do deck profiles. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, please hit that like button, subscribe, and also don't forget that bell icon, because that's gonna get you notifications for new videos from me. Also, all my social media outlets, if you guys want to get in contact with me, are listed below in the description. So make sure to check those out as well. So without further ado, let's get this deck profile going. So this is a standard Dark Magician deck. I'm going with 17 monsters. So I just want to let you guys know that up front. And we got to start off with Mr. Vanilla himself. I'm playing 3 Dark Magicians. I like playing this art. I like having all my arts being just one art. I don't like mix matching. It's just not me. So that's what I play. We have the ultimate wizard of attack and defense there. Enough said about him. The next 3 cards, obviously we have to play, and this deck is not the budget build. I'm sorry. I go all out. And we got to play 3 Magician Soul. You can't go wrong with Magician Soul in this deck. It's what the deck needed. It's just too bad that other decks are abusing the power that this deck has. This card has, excuse me. But this card is freaking awesome. You can't go wrong with this card. It special summons itself. It special summons your freaking boss monster, and also lets you draw 2. If you guys don't know what the effect of this card does, he pretty much, you activate it in hand, dump a level 6 or higher spellcaster, and you could choose to either special summon him or send him to the graveyard and special summon the monster you just dumped. The next effect he has when he's on the field, you just pretty much activation, and what he does is you can get rid of 2 spell or traps from your hand or on field. So you have a couple spell or traps or field, or you bricked with a couple spell traps, or you have a spell traps or have effects in the graveyard, ditch them and draw 2. You have to at least ditch up to 2 cards. So that's pretty neat. The next card we play, obviously you can't play this deck without him, is 3 Magician's Rod. Can't go wrong with Magician's Rod. He's the guy, you gotta have him. There's no way around it to not play this deck without him. He searches every spell and trap that lists Dark Magician in tech, except for obviously I have Timaeus and I think a few other, but he has the ability to search a ton of cards with the word Dark Magician in it. I mean, you could look it up. I mean, he can search Dark Magic Curtain if you wanted to. That's how crazy it is. The next card I play, guys, oh, one more thing I forgot to mention, his other effect a lot of people forget about, just like I just did. His graveyard effect. He has a graveyard effect that when a spell or trap effect is activated during your opponent's turn, and if Rod is in the graveyard, you can tribute a spellcaster on your field to basically recycle them and put them back in your hand. A very good effect. I would definitely remember that effect, guys. Try to keep an eye on it when he's in your graveyard. So the next card we play, obviously, that we need is Thanos Dragon. Play 2 of those. I play Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. You can't go wrong with this level 7. It helps with level 7 plays. Not only that, I know Master Roll 5 is a big thing right now, but links are still going to be there. People are still going to link. People are going to need those extra bonuses from link monsters. So he's perfect. He helps you fix your hand, draws a couple cards. He's a dark target for Allure. And once again, he's a level 7, and he has protection for himself and other cards on the field. The next couple of cards, obviously I have to play DMG. She's so beautiful. Hubba hubba. So we got DMG here. A lot of people don't like playing her, but because I play the Dark Magicians, need to have her. It helps save me a bunch of times with Eternal Soul getting blowed up. When I have the Dark Magicians, I can bring them out because the opponent thinks they nuked your board. And to be able to bring that out off of Eternal Soul, it's pretty good in my opinion. Next couple cards we play is 2 Apprentice Illusion Magicians. Great card. Dark Honest. It's able to special summon itself for a discard. What more do you want? Pump up any dark spellcaster for 2000 attack. When Dragoon comes out, this card is gonna be insane. Can't go wrong with that, man. Let's get a like for her, for reals. Let's get a like for that card, no problem. Alrighty, so the next card I also go with is I go with a blue boy. Can't go wrong. It has to be ultimate. If you guys are playing any other version other than ultimate, I'm sorry, the effect just doesn't work. So we go with blue boy, obviously, to search out the spellbook engine. It's just something we need, and it's draw power. Like they say, deck thinning is deck winning. The next card we play is 2 Ash Blossoms of Joyous Springs. You can't go wrong with the hand trap. I mean, it slows down your opponent. This deck is all about control, and we want to slow down our opponent. So that wraps it up for the monsters. Those are my 17 monsters. Let's go on to the spells. I'm playing a total of 18 spells, and so we're going to start off with obviously the main spell of the deck, 3 Dark Magical Circle. You can't go wrong. You have to have this deck if you want to control your opponent. 3 Dark Magical Circle. You need that card. Its effects lets you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and you can add a Dark Magician, Speller Trap, or Dark Magician monster, basically Dark Magician himself. And the other effect he has, if a Dark Magician is special or normal summoned, you can banish 1 card on your opponent's field, and that's once per turn. It's a hard once per turn, but you can use it on your opponent's turn, you can use it on your turn. But a lot of people forget that you can also normal summon and the effect still goes through. So that's what that card does there, and it's a very much needed card. The next 3 of we play is Soul Servant. We have to play 3 of those bad boys. This card has a once per turn clause for the draw effect, but to be able to top deck something, it's not once per turn. You can use all 3 versions and top deck whatever card you need. This card's effect is you activate it, and you can top deck pretty much a card from your deck, hand, or graveyard that has Dark Magician in its text. So that could be Magician Souls, Magician Rod, Apprentice, Dark Magician Girl, whatever has Dark Magician in its text. You can even put Rod on there, and any spell or trap that has Navigation, Combination, Dark Magical Circle, all those cards you can top deck. Dark Magical Curtain, you know, it's old school. Dark Magic Attack, Burning Attack, Bond Between Teacher and Student. All those cards can be top decked with this card. Its second effect is what people want to use it for, and this is the reason why I run DMG, so I can get a +2 off of it, is that for how many Dark Magician Girls, and Palladium monsters you have, you can draw for those names. So basically you get 1 draw for Dark Magician, 1 draw for Dark Magician Girl, 1 draw for Palladium Mahad, and 1 draw for Oracle Mahad Mana. So pretty much you can get a +4 with this card. I've seen a lot of variants of them playing those cards, but I feel that they're too bricky, and you know, you're just kind of drawing 4 cards. That's what you're kind of playing for. You're not actually trying to slow down your opponent or anything. So now we go up to the more draw power. We have 2 Allure of Darknesses. We have our ulti first eds right here. 2 of those, self-explanatory. Draw 2, discard a dark monster. Most of our cards are dark. Helps us out right there. Get 2. Next we play 2 Spellbook of Knowledge. Once again, this card is nuts. I mean, we all play spellcasters in this deck. You're going to be able to +2. You got Rod, you got Circle. You got Rod, you got Magician Souls. Boom, done deal. Then we have obviously 2 Spellbook of Secrets, because, you know, we need to search that bad boy out. Next, I play 2 of Secrets of Dark Magic. A lot of people are playing this at 1. I play it at 2 because I feel like I want to get it more into my hand, and, you know, there's a few things that I like to do with it, setting it on the board. I mean, don't get me wrong, Soul Servant, we can actually add it to the top of the deck, or we can search it out with Rod, but I just feel more confident with 2. Let me know what you guys think in the, you know, in the comments. 2 or 1, or even 3. Next, we play Call by the Grave. Hand traps are a thing, you know, and it's a good thing to stop your opponent's card effects in the grave. A lot of decks are grave heavy. And the last 2 1-ups we play Magical Eyes Fusion, and we play Upstart. Obviously, this spell lineup is going to change a little bit because Dragoon is coming out, and we're going to do, you know, a little Red Eyes nonsense in here. So that pretty much wraps up the 18 spells we have. Let's go on to the traps. So the trap lineup is pretty quick, easy going. 5 traps, 3 Eternal Soul. Obviously the heart of the deck. We need this card to be able to constantly, you know, regurgitate Dark Magician from the graveyard and protect our Dark Magician monster from getting all kinds of bad things happening to him. Yes, it has a negative effect of it being destroyed. It wipes your board, but you know what? It's a good sacrifice. I mean, a lot of times people tend to forget about it, but once it's activated, it becomes a big target for any card on, you know, any other card on that's on the board. Next, we play 2 Impermanence. I play Impermanence. It's good for turn 0. You know, slow down your opponent enough. Sometimes you can break their board just by having an Impermanence. You know, stopping the big board they're gonna have. You know, they end up just setting a couple or doing something else. It's not too much. Then you go into your turn, and then you can just take control from there. So that does it for the traps. Let's take a look at the extra deck. This is my extra deck right now. It's a work in progress. Things will change. but I play 2, the Dark Magicians. Love this card. The effect is insane. I mean, you get to draw a card if it's a spell, a quick play spell, or a trap, and you can set it that turn. You can activate it that same turn that it's been set, and if it's obviously anything else, you can add it to your hand. Second effect, if this card is destroyed, make sure you guys understand that, destroyed, you can special summon Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician from hand, deck, or graveyard, which is insane. So that's the reason why I run DMG. Next card we play is the Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. This card, obviously to protect our back row, and it's kind of like a boss monster right now until Dragoon comes out, but I'm still going to have it in the deck. Another thing I play is Quintet Magician. That's the reason why I had Magicalized Fusion. Also, that's going to come in handy when Dragoon comes out, but Quintet is really good. I have enough spellcasters with different names to be able to assert this guy's effect, and he's really good. I mean, and you can super poly with him. You know, that's awesome. You can't tribute him or super poly with him. So next we go into our super poly targets, which is Mud Dragon, and we also have Starving Venom, Fusion Dragon. Those are pretty much self-explanatory. Let's go into the Exceed Ebon Illusion Magician. Great effect. It gets a banish off, and you get to special summon a Dark Magician. Either was it hand or graveyard? Or no, excuse me, hand or deck. You get to special summon a Dark Magician from there. I also play Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. You know, obviously the burn effect is really good. And then when Dragoon comes out, you can actually special summon the Red Eyes that's in your graveyard from using Red Eyes Fusion. He has that effect. You could detach a material and special summon a Red Eyes monster from the graveyard. Naruto, the Moral Leader, great card, level 6. I play 2 Apprentice, DMG. They're pretty easy to get out. She easily stops any spell or trap, and I've seen opponents where they rely, a lot of 1-card combos rely on a spell or trap, and if you negate it, it's pretty much game ending, or it's also, you know, it slows them down enough to the point where you can continue and be able to play some Yu-Gi-Oh, in my opinion. The next card I also play, we're into the links, is Imduct. 1, he's a dragon. You know, we have that quick play spell, can't go wrong with it. You know, he has a great effect too. Anything that's in his little extra monster zone, it destroys it real quick. I play Mr. Protector Whelped of the Destruction Swordsman. It's a dragon. I don't really use its effect. It's just any 2 monsters can make this card. Rod, Apprentice, Souls, they all, any of those on the board can make this card. You set your fusion spell, and then you let your opponent go while having Dark Magician in hand, or if you have Dark Magician already in the field, they try to Lightning Storm you because you have a good back row already set up. Flip the quick play, boom, make out the Dragon Knight, and their Lightning Storm is pretty much garbage. We also play Crowdly because of spell books. You know, we can pretty much extend our plays. Then we play, obviously, IP Masquerena for her effect to be able to get Unicorn out. Too good, you know, on your opponent's turn. We play Verde Anaconda because obviously this card is just too good. I mean, you can't go wrong with this card. I mean, how broken and how everybody's gonna be playing this in August is gonna be nuts. And last but not least, 1 Unicorn. So, you know, obviously to spin a card and maybe get a draw effect if you have this thing, you know, linked with the correct materials to be able to get a draw. So that does it for the extra deck. Like I said, this is a work in progress. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think about the extra deck, and let me know what can I do to change it. Now for the side deck, I play 2 DD Crow. Once again, graveyard effects are too good to get rid of when someone's your opponent's spell or trap is just insane. Or a monster. Play 2 Lockbird. Stopping your opponent from, you know, getting their resources is good for me. 2 Spear Mode. I know it takes your normal summon, but a lot of boards now are coming with 3, 4, 5 monsters. This guy can take care of that for you, so you can be able to play some Yu-Gi-Oh. 2 Dimensional Shifter. You know, you're at turn 0, you know, game 2, game 3. It's a good card. It's a spellcaster as well, so you can't go wrong with that. You know, it's dark. It helps for Allure if it becomes dead in the hand, and you know, to be able to stop your opponent with their resource in the graveyard. Once again, it's a perfect choice. 2 Super Poly. Have to have Super Poly. I mean, a lot of decks play darks. A lot of decks play a lot of other things where you could Super Poly into. You could find targets. Too good. That's enough said about Super Poly. 2 Evenly Matched as well. I mean, turn 0. I mean, for game 2 and 3, you evenly match your opponent. You might be able to get your way into the rest of the game, you know, to be able to survive the rest of the game. And let me get this last bit here. I'm missing a card. Here it is. All right, I'm playing 2 Waking the Dragon, and my target obviously is Falcon, but obviously this will change. I probably, when Dragoon comes out, I'll probably be playing like 3 Dragoon or 2 Dragoon, but I probably will keep this. But Waking Dragon's really good because we're a back row deck, everybody's going to try to hit the back row as much as possible, and a lot of times they don't see this card, and surprise, you know, you can't go wrong with that. So that does it for my deck profile, guys. Let me know what you think. This is my first time I've ever done one. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. Let's get me some subscribers. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. And also my giveaway, I'll be announcing the winner in this video. It'll be popping up somewhere around here somewhere here. It'll pop up and you'll see the winner's name, because I did do a giveaway on my last video and the person didn't say anything who originally won. So now I gotta give it away to somebody else. So if that's your name that pops up right here, get in contact with me. My email's in my what do you call it? My page, and you know, so that way you can claim your prize. I want to ship this out. I have a pretty cool prize. If you haven't seen my giveaway video, you can see what the prize is. It's pretty funny. It's in the description. You guys can check that out. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, and until the next review.